Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. Now, this is my Tower of God Season 2 Episode 7 video. So, with Episode 7 dropping, there was a little bit of a bug that some people experienced with an incorrect translation, and my friend heard about it before we watched it, so we ended up watching a pure Japanese version. And when we watched it, we realized that there were things that we were missing by reading the translations. So we went back and we watched all the episodes, and as a result, I have a lot to actually make up for. So, the Iran Dan story, he actually did talk about catching a silverfish in that episode. So yeah, that's just a little response. So I did make a mistake in saying that wasn't mentioned. Let's see what else was mentioned that I had not seen. There was another scene that I missed during the test with the test administrator. I'm forgetting what that scene was, but yeah, there was something I missed in that scene, and that's just about the start of it. So let's get into this episode 7 and let's talk about what happened in the episode. So starting off with Yurik Mazino, we get the whole scene that should have played out the moment Yurik Mazino met with Huryang and Prince. So we get the whole story where they walk away saying they can't win, and we see that Bam, who was already ready to fight, actually backs down. Then he gets ready to fight. Then we see that they send the message to get ready, that they all get ready to ambush. They all fire off at Yurik Mazino, which makes absolutely no difference to him. They just basically tickle him. And what we missed in terms of, I don't know whether it's going to be translated in, is Yurik actually declares Scorch King's Supreme Deadly Fist. That is the attack that he uses, and when he uses it, it ends up going against Floral Butterfly Piercing Technique from Bam. And as it happens, we see that whole fight sequence that goes down, which is really awesome. I'm actually really happy that it actually played out correctly. And right at the end, when the butterfly piercing technique comes to its end, we see that Misang shows up, or as they call her, Mana. And as she shows up, she just shows up with the second Zigna flower, and Viol Balm instantly jumps in, catches her, and that is how he protects her. And this just goes to show that he's still the same person inside. He's a real good guy. And when this happens, he takes the full brunt of Yurik's attack while shielding Miseng. And as a result of this, here he is badly injured. He's so badly injured that he looks like he's about to die. And then we see that big skeleton show up and it heals him instantly. And after that, we see that Yurik has a scratch on his face. And what was said inside the shop, actually, I think that they don't mention you shouldn't underestimate rankers. One of them scratched you. I believe that they said you shouldn't have been so reckless. Looked like somebody hurt you. That's what was said, if I'm correct in my understanding of Japanese. It's not fluent, it's just very partial from the many years of watching Japanese anime. And it's at that point that he says that there's a Fug Slayer baby who he wants them to keep an eye on. Things have gotten really irritating. And interesting. I'm not 100% sure on what he said. As I said, this is just me trying to get at it with a pure understanding of Japanese, which isn't there. And then following that, we end up with the whole team being despondent. We get Jinsang telling Wagnan that him and his team should leave Viol because Fug is going to replace them with a stronger team to climb up the tower with him. And Then we get the whole Karaka and Jinsang conversation, and that actually plays out exactly as it does in the manga. So yeah, they talk a little bit, and basically, Jinsang says Mashaya hasn't given authorization to change his team as it. This decision is purely up to Mashaya, and Mashaya is one of the slayers in Fug. So he's an authority, and this has to be said because Jinsang Ha is the trainer of slayers, and um, obviously whoever is in charge of training slayers will be in contact with slayers, and he's in charge of the highest ranked slayer of all of them. So yeah, sorry about that. So that's the story with regards to what happened, what was said between Karaka and Jinsang. After that, Karaka orders his shadow, or one of the individuals who is going around as a shadow for Karaka, to get everybody in place. They going to take the Slayer candidate into their plan, and we aren't elaborated any further on what that plan is. Now, as for Team Sweet and Sour, Arc Raptor, Huryang, Wagnan, and Prince go out to buy groceries, while Miseng, Goaseng, and Yiwam, or Rika, as they say in the anime, end up staying at the room. So Yua decides that she is going to cook, which we see is a massive disaster. She burns everything that she attempts to cook, and it just turns into a lump of charcoal. And we see that Miseng is crying because she has to eat that charcoal. So she's a really bad cook, especially considering how noble she claims to be. And after that, there we go with the boys, and we see that Wagner says we all need to leave the team and abandon Bomb. Now, the reason behind it is quite simple. Fug has decided they're going to have Bomb climb with a team of their choosing, so it's really dangerous for everybody who sticks around Bomb. And Wagner knows this, yeah, ironically enough. So he basically tries to persuade everybody to abandon Bomb for the safety of the team. And at this point, we get Prince, who says, "No, I am not going to. If anybody is going to drop off the team, we're going to drop you off the team. There's no way we're dropping VO. He's going to help me get a new lighthouse, which was damaged in our last fight." Now, remember, he tried to stop Yurik for a second with that lighthouse, and as a result of it, his lighthouse is damaged. So he needs a new one in order to function, in order for him to be able to function correctly as a light bearer. So yeah, that was the whole story. The next thing was Arc Raptor says one or two things. I'm not sure exactly what he said. I couldn't catch on to it myself. So I believe that he said, why would you want to leave? We should be making this the best place possible for VO. And it was at that point that Wagner changed his mind, and he went and he said he needed to run a quick errand. And the errand was actually for Jinsang Ha. Jinsang Ha had given him a chore to go and bring him cigarettes before they leave. So basically, it was get me cigarettes and leave. Now, obviously, my timelines are all out of whack because I'm trying to explain things properly. It's at this point that Wagner hands over a stock suite to Jinsang. In the anime, it's 3 stock suites, and he tells him, "This is far better for you than smokes." So he takes it and he starts sucking on it, and he enjoys it, and that's the point at which he ends up talking to Karaka. And he says, "Sorry, kiddo, looks like I'm not going to be joining you guys for supper today." And he's really happy by the action taken by Wagner, because Wagner is showing him that he was a far better person than they expected. And ironically enough, Karaka, if he had known who Wagner is, well, most probably wouldn't be doing what he's doing, because he has some significance to Fug. Obviously, we know that from what from what the deep sea fish and I'm forgetting his name again. The administrator on the 20th floor said they managed to make the prince pass. So we know that he has some important role for the future. He has a position that Fug wants him to complete. So yeah, he's an important tool, and a very important tool considering that these are deep hidden agents. Jin Sang, not Jin Sang Ha, Han Sang Yu, and a couple of other individuals who are really shady. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, and that was one of the big things which says how important he is. And yeah, there's more to his importance, obviously. We'll find that out as it goes up. I don't even know the full rank of his importance. And yeah, that's how it goes. I hope you all do enjoy this. This is all that there is for this episode. I may have left one or two things out, but there's not much more to say about it. Catch you all in the next one, and have a good day.